AFKO? RKO out of nowhere? WTF? Yes, I like putting letters together to create something. It's fun, isn't it? Unless you're doing auto fighting and unless you're setting up an event for Summoners Fest like Kabama. Yeah, AFKO. What's this all about? Look, I'm just as baffled as you are. But let's learn together through the medium of reading. Do you read, children? I'm sure you do. For those that don't, I'm going to read for you, then have opinions and thoughts. Welcome to the internet. As part of Summoners Fest Realm event milestones, there was an AFK Auto Fight tournament. Yeah, no idea. Look, spoiler alert. Hey, it's champions. You in a computer simulation of them defeating each other. Have you seen those virtual horse races before? You probably don't, or probably haven't, but... Or another example would be if you've played Super Smash Bros. No, Mario Party. There's a Mario Party thing that's got kind of like a riding simulation thing like that. And you never know who's going to win. It's kind of like that, except for in champion form. The various champions that you can choose as part of the AFKO or RKO out of nowhere, it's going to be some of the ones that you see on screen right now. I'm already kind of like banking on... I might go with Hulk, to be honest. Hulk or Red Skull. Yeah, Hulk or Red Skull might be quite good. Other ones, not quite sure. And there's definitely like some good ones there. Maybe Thing could do a job, but... Yeah, I think there's a good shout for champion. If King Groot was there, I'd probably go with King Groot. But King Groot is not there. So, sad. But I do think that if you can get stun parries, stun kind of like lock, that's what I need to say, perma-stuns, from Hulk, he may be a good shout. Although, I will just kind of like say right here, right now, I ain't interested in parting with 100 units, right? There's enough squiggly, weird things going on in MCOC at the moment for me to be parting with 100 units. Tell you that much. I ain't doing it. I may do it. Come back to me next week. I've probably done it or I've not done it. Is there any point to do it? Look, it's like a sweepstake. It's, yeah, sweepstake is probably the best way to kind of describe this. So what have Kabam said? Your favourite champions have been auto-fighting behind the scenes, and it's almost time to see what comes out victorious. I don't know how this is going to play out on Summoners Fest. I think it's interesting. I like Kabam doing new things, even though it does piss off people in the community quite a bit. But I like seeing new things. This is more of a community engagement type thing, or kind of like fun thing at Summoners Fest. I'm sure some people will have their kind of say of like, what kind of rubbish is this? Why Kabam won't develop a time on something like this? I really think that they didn't. I don't think it runs that deep on time. It's not that they've built out these champions. It's just they've put them down to auto fight. It's kind of like a simulation thing. You like press a button, just let it go to work. But I don't know. Maybe it has wasted time. Maybe you're annoyed about it. Maybe you should write a strongly worded letter to your local member of parliament. Try that. See how that works. Because writing to Kabam telling them that you don't like this stuff hasn't worked in the past. Will it work in the future? We'll have to see. Sometimes the only way to win is not to play. Luckily, we've taken the stress out of battle, out of your hands. For this event, next event, we're having our auto fight Smash, Crash, Crush, Blast, and Defeat itself. Those are names of Kabam employees. That's a joke. And you get to place your vote on who you think will be standing once the rest fall. 32 7-star champions candy capped. Oh God, you can tell I'm my mind is absolutely frazzled at the moment with life. Randomly, no cheese allowed. Single elimination bracket, only one loss and they're out. Yeah, get out. Go to the game store, choose 100 unit bundle, favorite champions. If your champion progresses to the next round, you'll receive a title or profile picture depending on the round. If you pick the champion that goes the whole way, you'll receive an extra exclusive user title and profile picture. So all within the contest can know you can spot a winner. The final round will be streamed on Summoners Fest, so tune in to see who takes the title. Rewards will be sent in the days Following Summoners Fest, blah, blah, blah. Go find a champion, competing. Oh, it's annoying because I kind of like the idea of doing something like this, but it's difficult to go which one's going to be the right one. And I'm tempted by Hulk if I were to do it. I would also be tempted by, well, would Spider-Woman do a lot of work? Possibly, after recent escapades. Could Doctor Doom, if you then choose a shock immune, like he won't, the champion won't be able to be Doom slapped, so therefore Doom slap or not. Gallon on the back foot. Oh, I don't know. That's a tough one. Evading with Spider-Gwen. Again, another tough one. If you're auto-fighting against Thing, then he'll go unstoppable at a certain point. There's definitely some really decent options here that could be very frustrating. I've probably skipped over a few. There's a few Spider-Verse. If you consider the fact that they'll go up against Venom, then they're kind of they're Venom fodder. There's a lot going on. But I do think there is a decent shout for Red Skull. Because if there's Red Skull's... Okay, if Red Skull's fighting on the front foot, yes. But then I don't know if this is tipped on if he was in defense at the time. And that's the parameters I'm not really... That's where my confusion is with how the structure of this event is done. There's a few bits of details that... I mean, you can see one of the details right here. Tweaks... I noticed tweaks have been made to make matchups fair and to ensure an even playing field. So it's possible that some wild cards could be shuffled into the deck. Now, what the heck does that mean? There's a few little things. I got more questions than I've got answers for. I mean, look, let's face it, right here and now, it's like, yeah, for 3,200 units for nothing. It's profile pictures. I think Kabam is just offering it as something interesting and an option. I mean, it's good to good to know that people are looking at options. As I said, for me, I'm like, Spider-Woman, yes. Super Skrull, kind of. Doom, kind of. I do think that Red Skull and Hulk will go a lot further than maybe people think they could go. But there we go. There's another person, Red Skull or Mars. Mars is good, actually, because their special attacks will go miss. But that's the thing that kind of like has kind of like got me questioning on this, because I'm a bit unsure on some stuff. Like, yeah, Command Vincent says very much do not recommend getting all the choices, but playing the odds if you can see. Yes, playing the odds. But yeah, you don't have to kind of like get all of them. Is it kind of gambling? Kind of is. Kind of is. Kind of is. So one thing I've done for this video is I decided to message to Kabam because like there's questions that I have. Like I like it whenever Kabam puts something out. It kind of like, yeah, more questions. Like I want to find out like what's the parameters for the fight. Is it like auto fighting against one specific type like of boss, like a Winter Soldier or Realm of Legends? Is it a case they all fight each other? And how is it drawn? Like, is it just drawn at random? Because in this circumstance, it is like a gambling thing. Because it might be like, oh, I've drawn... Well, let's go with... An example I've used before, like Spider-Man. If Spider-Man or Spider-Woman get drawn against Venom, then you probably go, well, Venom might win. There's a high chance Venom will win. So therefore, it's like I've wasted 100 units on something that is a... inevitability. It's inevitability that Venom would beat anything that's an evade-based champion. Likewise, if something was a miscounter or if there was a shock immune option, same example, shock immune champion that was auto-fighting against Doctor Doom. And it's like, okay, well, that makes sense because then Doctor Doom won't be able to Doom slap. Therefore, the Doom rotation of the slapping, which the AI would know how to do, or the computer would know how to do, would not be there. So therefore, what's the point of it? The same way if we took like a week, like Hulk against Loki. But then my question again goes back to like something that Kabam said a moment ago. Like they are going to change it. Like handicapped for balance, seeded randomly. And I guess seeded randomly being like, that's like, again, does that mean drawn? Does seeded randomly mean drawn randomly. No cheese allowed. So Hulk isn't going to be good against Loki if Hulk was to be drawn against Loki. Single elimination bracket, I mean, get that. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe it's the terminology. I wouldn't use seeded if we were talking about drawing against a. When I say drawing, I mean, you know, you put your hand into a bag and you go, okay, I've pulled out from there Hulk. Going random again. I've pulled out Loki. Like that's what I'm referring to. And again, I don't know if we're talking because I always thought seeded was to do with like ranking side of things, but again, different strokes for different folks. What in one country say one thing, what another country say in another. It is what it is. Right. What are your thoughts on this event? I think it's a very take or leave it event. I think a lot of people will leave it, but I got intrigued. I must admit, it's just. Again, I want as much. I'm very much a person of like I'm a devil for detail. I love detail with stuff. Context. Some context here. I think some context is missing, but we'll find out, I guess, more when the event goes live. Not live. We'll find out next week when the first things happen. Are you going to get one of these? Are you not? Do you not care? Are you angry? I don't know. Sound off in the comments. Why not? Bye.